And here we go. So, Contra Hardcore on the Genesis. This is a game I've been working on for a little while. I have not been anywhere near as consistent with it as I've been with Battletoads. I've been playing it almost once a week, sometimes less. But I'm trying to work my way through to the credits for the first time. Technically, I've already reached the credits once, but it wasn't really at the end of the game's story. I found a weird secret ending where I did a little boss rush and then ended up back in time. which was certainly surprising and amusing. But it's not quite the first playthrough victory that I'm going for. So the game's got 4 characters and it's got branching story paths, and I am adamantly sticking to one character, one path, because I want to work my way through the game one chunk at a time. So I kind of arbitrarily picked the werewolf character, so we're stuck with him. And along this story path, I've made it up to what I think is the last boss one time. So I'm getting close. I'm getting close to having a real victory in this one. Tonight might be the night. We've got a really good chance. I am really upset by that. That guy, he was too close to me. I couldn't shoot him because he was too close to me. That's sad. We'll just throw that away and restart. That's not a good way to begin our run. Well, that's the plan. Streaming Fist is if I beat the game, then yeah, I'm gonna switch characters and explore a different path with a different character. Which path will you be taking? I choose the top option every time. Dynamite. Oh, I see. I didn't read that. I didn't read your suggestion with the right tone, Streaming Fist. My mistake. Oh my goodness. I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed by that death. Why am I doing so bad? From the top. We'll get moving here soon. I swear I could do better than this. Yeah, go after Joe. Stay and fight. I think there are only 2 choices, right? One is to go after Deadeye Joe, and one is to stay and fight, not surrender. I think those are the only 2 choices I come across. But every time it gives me a choice, I just pick the topmost option. That's the way I keep track of it. Yeah, no spoilers. You got it. I'm certain that there are choices I haven't. I'm certain there are choices I haven't come across. You know, down other paths, too. But you know, I'll worry about those when I get to them. That big robot is so impressive on the one hand, and on the other hand, it's a real shame that the seam running down his center is so apparent. Nice. I can beat most 80s and 90s Konami games deathless, Dynamite says. I aspire to be able to do that. I've done a few of them deathless, but I'm a long way from most. Alright, so yeah, I always choose go after Deadeye Joe. I don't think it gives me another choice until several stages from now. I don't remember though. It's been a couple days since I played. And since I'm always making the same choices, I don't really think about them. I like the skyline in the background. I like the colors of the sunset that they chose. That may be the very first time I've ever gotten hit by that one attack. So I feel really dumb for letting it happen. Smash TV is a game I still have yet to be able to beat. I like that game a lot. But it's so hard. I can barely make it halfway through. Sun-made California sun-dried raisins. Oh, I forgot. I forgot how bogus that guy's digging was. Ah, I lost another life. You can't jump over when you think you can. I just got an email about a new Zelda game, fancy Zelda-themed hardware. I imagine that would be the Breath of the Wild sequel that's coming up. So I found a secret exit up there last time. That's why I say I kind of made it to credits. If you climb up the wall here, there's a guy at the top who takes you to a boss arena that leads to a secret ending. But it's not a real ending, so I don't think it's a real ending. Yeah, that's the one, Sparrow. That's the one. Breath of the Wild 2. I should call it Tears of the Kingdom just to annoy people. No, I'd like to pass Dynamite. I would like to pass on that advice. You think because you say it isn't a spoiler, but and for you it might not would be, but for me it would be a spoiler. Like I don't even want people I don't even like when people try to tell me about controls in a game. When I'm playing a game and like someone comes in and they say like, you can switch your weapon, right? Like that's a spoiler to me and annoys me when people do stuff like that. So thank you for asking, but yeah. I would rather not know. I really like this boss. I like the arena that we fight in, and I like the constellation part at the beginning. I like the look of everything. This part here is kind of goofy, but it's still okay. Old school, precise, razor-thin collision detection here. It gets pretty tight. Oh, I forgot. That's right, there's the jungle level. I forgot about this level. I don't know how I could have forgotten the whole level. I was thinking, alright, it's off to the laboratory. Oh, I didn't, no, well, okay. The waterfall in the background here is not the best looking thing in the game. A lot of this game looks really good. I'm not crazy about that waterfall, though. I am crazy about this dinosaur. He's the best part of the game. The Goombasaurus. Look at him, he's great. He's my best friend. Oh, I planned that so badly. I thought he was still... I thought he was going to keep coming for me. Boy, I'm bleeding lives. This guy is tearing me apart. Sorry, Frownie. I don't know if I'm older than you or not, but it's like I'm watching my son play this. I've played it so many times, I want to do it for you. No worries. It can be rough. It can be rough watching someone struggle when, like, you know how to help, but I mean, that's the whole point of what my stream is all about, is the struggling approach. I would say that I feel what you must be feeling when I watch someone play Super Ghouls and Ghosts, because I'm fairly expert in that game, and I love watching people's first playthroughs of it. And, like, you know, if someone goes into it blind, then they have no idea, like, where the chests are and how they work and stuff like that. And so I would say that I feel like you, except that when I watch someone play Super Ghouls and Ghosts for the first time, I'm kind of rooting for the game more than the player. It may be a little mean and it may be a little evil, but whenever I watch someone play Super Ghouls and Ghosts for the first time, I want them to get a good taste of just how vicious that game can be. So, I'm always thinking, oh, this is something that could go wrong. I kind of hope that goes wrong, so they see what that feels like. I don't want someone to get lucky and accidentally skip by some big important piece of misery that the game has up its sleeve. I want them to get the proper experience, and then, you know, if they stick with it and they make it and they do 2 loops and they're not, you know, sort of cheating and rewinding and stuff like that, and they're getting close to the end, then my attitude starts to change, and I'm like, all right, you're doing it right. You've made it this far. Now I want you to win. Now it's time. Now it's time to root for the player. The game has punished you enough. You deserve a victory. Go get it. That's my attitude. You're evil. I bet if I played it, there would be moments where I just pause and have this. I don't even know how to describe that face. A lot of the enemies, like a lot of the like bosses and mini bosses in this game, do have like a they have a like they're very bouncy and energetic. Yeah, this one's a bit tedious. The bottom of the screen, the bottom of the screen kills you a bit earlier than my gut tells you it should. I have a bad habit of of thinking I could survive longer down there than I actually can, and paying the price for it. No. No! I didn't mean to go that way. It's frustratingly easy to turn your character around with an accidental diagonal. Particularly when you're in a hurry. Nice. I know I lost a life, which isn't good, but I still cleared that boss more quickly than I normally do. Still a boss cleared, Cow says. Thank you for the trophies. Thank you, Cows. Thank you, Sparrow. Oh, since we couldn't have the stream last night, by the way, I'm gonna try and do C64 games on Friday, as I'd planned to do them yesterday. But my OBS wouldn't allow it, so we're gonna try and make up for that on Friday for those who may be interested. Nintendo 64. I always said my dream project, I would never be able to do it because I don't know anything about designing video games, but if I had the time and the skills, I would love to create a complete library of demakes of every Nintendo 64 game onto the Commodore 64. I would love to have a complete library of every Nintendo 64 game demade for the Commodore 64. That's my dream. What's the furthest point I've gotten to this? I've gotten really late into the level after this one. So I've cleared this stage before, once or twice. I'm still waiting for Super Mario 64 too. I mean, there are a lot of ROM hacks that are basically trying to be that, right? Bowser's Fury on the Switch, that game was almost like a Mario 64 Part 2. That was pretty close. I forgot that I can slide through these orbs. That and Sonic on the Saturn. This guy's a friend. Can you believe it? I actually have a friend in this world. He didn't actually give me the power-up I wanted, which was the fire. But he tried his best. This boss right here is tough to deal with. No! Oh, that was all my fault. Ignore everything I said about him being tough. At best, I could have a crack at demaking theme tunes using the SID chip. My team has begun to assemble already. But I know if I had to use a single SID chip, that would be a major challenge. Alright, so I've made it to this level before, and I've made it really far into this level. There's no guarantee I'll be able to do that again, but that's, you know, where I've been up to. And I'm pretty sure... I mean, this really has the feel of the last level, so I'm... You know, I'd prefer not to be told, but... I have a very strong suspicion this is the final level. You know, at least along this path. Go get him. I'm trying my best. This boss is right here. It's tough. This hopping frog thing. Good thing I had a bomb. Next, this is good for the next part. Slow and steady. I don't remember what's up ahead. Oh, no, it's this thing. Yeah, I don't know how to deal with this thing either yet. Oh my goodness. I can't believe I'm still alive. This part right here, I don't know what to do about that. Ooh, that's ugly. Okay. Ooh. Okay, vertical part. No, I jumped into it. Where am I? Yeah. Oh, we start back here? Nice. I don't remember where the checkpoint was. Alright, this isn't that bad. I've only seen this part of the game once, I think. It is that bad. I just have the worst timing. The It's Payback Time sounds so much like Wario to me, Sparrow says. Let me listen. I don't know that I'm there with you, Sparrow. I don't know. I don't know if that's similar to a Wario I know. You say the WarioWare? Well, I haven't played that version. You might be right. I haven't played that version, but it doesn't sound very Wario to me. Game Fit says I'll be back. We should still be here. No. Stay away from me. Oh my goodness. So that's about as far as I've made it. I've made it to that heart. I saw more of it this time than I saw before. I didn't see the eyeballs on a chain before. So that's new. The path and character is the last one I eventually beat. Hardcore bro and pun intended. Thank you. Wario and WarioWare is portrayed a bit differently to the other games. I thought it was further up. That's a real shame. To lose a life so early, that puts me at a big disadvantage. Doesn't have the, this voice doesn't have the, I don't know, like the cartoonish quality that I expect of a Wario. Wario is definitely gruff, but cartoonish. I don't know how to jump fast enough. No, I was... Alright, well we didn't win on this run, but I learned new things. We'll take a breath and we'll try it again. Oh, that reminds me. Since we're talking about Wario, this may be somewhat amusing. Let me see if I can find it. Late one night, my sister wrote a message to me just out of nowhere. She randomly wrote to me, "Is Wario even Italian?" And I still don't know why she wrote that to me, but I wrote back to her. I said, "All the in-game evidence I've ever seen indicates he is most likely German. People often assert he is Italian, but they never back it up with evidence. Wario speaks German in Mario Kart and Mario Party, as confirmed by his voice actor, and his intro music in Mario Strikers is a German folk tune. If you know of evidence to counter this, I'd love to see it." And my sister wrote back, "It pleases me to no end that you had a real answer for that stupid question." So, there's just a little conversation we had. Oh. I can't look at the game right now. It's showing something from a level I haven't been to. It checks out that he would be German. I mean, that's what I get. Though probably, if you want to be really technical about it, Wario is probably native to the universe of the Mushroom Kingdom. Maybe not from the Mushroom Kingdom, but somewhere, you know, in the parallel dimension where that exists. I mean, if you want to get really technical about it, if the 93 live-action film is the only true Mario Brothers canon, technically Wario doesn't even exist, but... maybe we're being a little too picky. Maybe he's Bavarian, closer to the border, Sparrow says? Maybe Wario's from the Bratwurst Kingdom. He makes fun of Mario and WarioWare on the Wii by opening with "It's a Wii, Wario." I love that commercial. I love that commercial, the one I posted in the Discord, where Wario is hypnotizing the player to have him win to get him to get the player to be evil like him and to win the game for him. I talked about that with someone because when he's hypnotizing you, he says, "You're getting greedy, very greedy. You are me, Wario. Oh, you're very handsome." And the person I was talking to said something about, "Oh, he gives you a compliment to butter you up so you'll be on his side." And I said, "No, he says you're handsome because you are Wario." He's not complimenting you, he's complimenting himself. He says, "You are me, Wario. Oh, you are very handsome." I think my interpretation is correct. It doesn't matter what Wario is. I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed that happened. Ugh. Whoa. Good night, Frownie. Good stuff as usual. Thank you, Dynamite. Appreciate your company, my friend. I hope you have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you again. Hopefully I'll have good news to report about this game. That little guy, you didn't really get to see him, but the little guy who runs in with the bomb on the left just a moment ago, that's my second favorite character in the game. The dinosaur is my favorite, but that little guy with the bomb is my second favorite. He may be on the wrong team here in the situation, but he's trying so hard. I can't help but to admire his spirit. Oh no! Thank goodness. I was going for an orange slice, and it almost got me in big trouble. Oh, I was prepared for the wrong attack. I got real lucky that didn't hit me. I was expecting this attack. The 16-bit Contra games just have a way of annoying me. The NES Contra games never annoyed me so much as the 16-bit ones do. It's just wild. It's just wild how much they frustrate me. The night is so early. Feels like we've done so much tonight. I'm bleeding lives. Oh, this is horrible. I had a sinking feeling that that fall was gonna mean I died. I'm kind of shocked to have turned out to have been wrong about it. Hey, Emerald Warriors, welcome in. Hope you are well tonight. I am struggling with some Contra right now. We had a really good attempt just a moment ago. I made it really far, but sadly I game overed, and things are going a bit rougher right now. Stay away from me. Hey, Long, welcome in. Good morning to you. I hope you are well today. Oh, hey! Welcome in, Raiders! You've just come into a victory. Wonderful timing. Thank you for the raid. Pleasure to see you, friends. Is that Physics? Welcome in. Pleasure to have you here. Thank you for the follow. And thank you as well for the follow, also, my new friend. Pleasure to have you here. Welcome in, Barnacules. Thank you for the raid. Always happy to have you come by, and always enjoy having your people here with us. Thank you for that. Come on in and tell us about your stream. What were you up to, and how did it go for you tonight? We'd certainly love to hear. We are playing some Contra. This is a game, I've been working on this one for a while. I've been playing it about once a week, give or take, and it's pretty tough. I've gotten really close, I think. I think I've gotten really close to beating it though. So we're optimism is running high. We've got about 200 people right now. Right on. Is that Sweesh? Welcome in. Please correct me if I've blundered the pronunciation, but I'm very happy to have you here with us. And you as well, my new friend. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you coming on board. Fun fact, the Oxford English Dictionary lists 39 euphemisms for bathroom, Emerald Warrior says. 39. Oh. Sometimes you just wind up in a situation where there's no escape, right? I think restroom is usually my go-to term. If I'm out and about and need to inquire about the bathroom, then I'll typically default to asking where the restroom is. I love to share facts. I'm such a nerd. Public restrooms, the worst. I mean, they might not be the most pleasant places to visit, but I would rather there be one available when I need it than there not be one. Now that folks have had chance to make it fully through the to our side of the raid, I will say by way of introduction one more time, thank you very much, Raiders, for coming along. Thank you very much, Barnacules, for sharing your people with us. We will endeavor to take good care of them. But to everyone who's been so kind as to check out the stream and what we do here, thank you very much. I hope that you appreciate. I hope that you enjoy your. I hope that you enjoy your time with us. I appreciate you spending the time. I'm Frownie, of course. If you haven't seen the stream before, I'm primarily a retro guy. I tend to play anything between the Commodore 62 to Commodore 64 to PlayStation 2 era. I can't talk and play at the same time, clearly. Sometimes I'll do newer things on the Switch as well, but mostly it's overwhelmingly retro around these parts. I like to prioritize very extremely strictly blind first playthroughs of video games. So I'm often confused and struggling. But there's a great joy. There's a great joy to hard-won victories. When I do eventually manage to beat a game doing it the hard way, it's usually a tremendous payoff. I'm a big fan of brutally challenging arcade-style platformers, Contra, Castlevania, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, those kind of things. Sometimes I'll do challenge runs of them, where we go for deathless or no items or some combination thereof. I've got a list of the challenges we've done on the About page for the stream, for those who are interested to check it out. And I also have a tendency to play a lot of broken trash games on the stream. I've been trying to build up a collection of plug-and-play games and basically whatever licensed trash I can get my hands on. Powerpuff Girls, Scooby-Doo, E.T., Tasmanian Devil games. We've done little mini marathons of all of those franchises, and even though most of the titles are disastrously bad, I try as often as humanly possible to see every game through to credits. And when it's really terrible, I might just 100% it. But we generally have a pretty laid-back and cozy, comfy kind of environment that we try to strive for. Pretty much most of what you see and hear out of me is going to be kept pretty strictly family-friendly, and the chat tends to lean in that direction as well. So everyone is invited to relax and forget about the cares of the world and just enjoy watching me suffer and struggle my way through a bunch of games that are way too hard for me. That's the thesis. Commodore 62, yeah. What percentage of my words can I stumble over, and why is it all of them? Oh, nice. That boss was easy that time. I have fascinated people on here with some of the facts I know. But you are welcome to share your bizarre and interesting trivia with us, Emerald Warriors. Unlike vampires, leeches are attracted to garlic? Oh no, that's terrible news for me. That's terrible news for me. We were talking about Wario not that long ago, and, you know, I'm just like Wario in a lot of ways. We've got a similar physical build. We both love the color purple. We're both obsessed with finding treasure, and we both eat tons of garlic. If I'm ever in a leech-infested area, they'll be drawn to me like a magnet. And, two more people have decided to follow about 2 and 4 minutes ago. I'm sorry, I'm just now catching it, but once again, thank you for the follows, my friends. I do very much appreciate that. No. Oh, that was terrible. That was terrible what just happened there. I wasted that bomb. Because I was struggling to change my weapon to something useful. That was really bad because I don't know how to fight this frog guy without a bomb. That's a real shame. That's a real shame that I lost a life because I seem to have him on the ropes. Oh no! Everything I'm doing is bad now. So many eyes. Well, fortunately for me, I'm not quite... I say Wario and I are of a similar build. I'm not quite as wide as Wario. So I don't have those exact reaching problems that you're referring to. Oh, no. Hey, Leo, welcome in. Oh, yuck. This game looks too much fun. This game, I have very mixed feelings about this game. In general, this game is a lot of fun, but it also really frustrates me sometimes. I traded my PlayStation 2 with approximately 20 games for an SNES with one game 20 years ago, but I still have the SNES. Could I ask what game you got with your Super NES? Egyptian pyramid workers get 3 beer breaks a day, Emerald Warrior says. Not a bad deal. I think I'd certainly appreciate that. If I were performing strenuous manual labor. Love me, Probotector Thrifty Anvil says, welcome in, Thrifty. I'm a much bigger fan of the 8-bit Probotector games. The 16-bit ones are a bit rougher on me. I don't dislike them, but boy, they drive me crazy sometimes. Sparrow says, I happened across a Long Loves Retro VOD, and he spoke very highly of you. Well, thank you, Long. Said you're part of his morning routine now, and that your Battletoad skills are very impressive. Couldn't agree more there. Oh, thank you, Sparrow. I have grown to love Battletoads. Battletoads is now one of my good friends. Super Metroid was the one game. Hey, that's a good game. That's if you're only gonna have one game, that's not a bad pick. I've only played through Super Metroid once myself, but boy, what a game. I'd really love to do it again. I'm a real latecomer to the Metroid series in general. I've only played 4 of the games so far. They're all really good, but Super Metroid is easily my favorite of the ones that I've played. Even if it was just 3 beers a day in the hot sun over and over again, Sparrow says, it adds up for me. I'd have the worst headache by the end of the week. Picking up these extra weapons is a nightmare. There's just too much going on. pressing the wrong buttons every time. I'm in so much trouble. This game's making me cry. Thank you for the follow, Sweesh. Very grateful for that, my friend. Thank you for coming on board with us. I don't have a whole lot of meaningful experience with the PlayStation 2. I've only played, I probably could count every game I've played on the PlayStation 2 on one hand. Certainly every game that I've finished. So I've, oh hey, we have another raid coming in. Welcome in. Torp, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, welcome to your friends. We're playing Contra on the Genesis. It's not going super smoothly, but I'm trying my best. Come on in and tell us about your stream. What were you doing and how did it go? I'd love to hear. Let me catch up with the chat here too. I missed a few things. Germany produces more than 1,200 varieties of sausage. I went to a restaurant in Texas once that was supposed to be, I mean, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, I don't know, but it's supposed to be like really authentic German food. Jelly and I went there once, and they had a whole bunch of sausages made out of a bunch of different wild game. And I remember it being a very interesting experience, but I don't remember any of the sausages, like, in particular. They've all just bled together in my memory. By the by, I was reading some Wario lore after your suggestion that he is German. Some of the things I read are just quite off the wall, to say the least, Sparrow says. Sweet says, that was the whole point. I played it as a kid, if my brothers let me. So I picked it carefully. Resident Evil 4. Would that be the remake or the original? Beat the original on the Wii. Oh, nice. Well done. GG to you, Horp. I have never played Resident Evil 4. I've heard that it's up there, like one of the best games ever made, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. I think that I own the Wii version, though. Also like the game music from the area? Are you talking about a particular area Metroid, or you mean game music from this era? Popular drink in Greece. White wine mixed with Coca-Cola. I don't know that I would be very eager to try that. Highly recommended one day. I certainly want to get around to it. I just haven't ever made the time for it. I think I own it. I think I own it on a couple different platforms. I remember we were talking about it before. I looked at my inventory, and I only have it on my Wii in my inventory, but I'm pretty sure I have a copy of it on the GameCube or the PlayStation as well. Yuck. Oh. All games, Swish says. Alright, we'll do another run. My controller is sliding off my leg. Thank you, Sparrow, for the wheel. Okay, we'll do that before we hop back into the game. Hope now's a good time. Well, I don't have much of a choice. So let's see how it goes. So the Wheel of Scorchin, it's this right here. It's got 5 or 6 different spicy foods listed on it, and I'm gonna give it a spin and take a bite of whatever it selects for me. You can use the command wheel to see a list of what's on it in the chat. Seven things. Some of them are fairly mild, and some of them are pretty spicy. Let's see what we get. I've landed on this run right here, the green square. The 2 green squares are the same. I've landed on the green one like 4 times in a row. So please, anything but that. It's different. It's the truffle sauce, which is actually not very spicy. It's just kind of gross. But did you see how close it almost landed on that again? I think my wheel is broken. We just barely missed landing on that green spot. So the truffle, that's a Melinda's brand. It's black truffle hot sauce. And let me get a cracker to have some on. The wheel is rigged. I'm beginning to think it might be. I seem to have some pretty extreme bad luck with it lately. So this truffle sauce is, again, it's not actually very spicy. It's just to me, it's just kind of gross. The I don't know. I've never had anything that was truffle before this, and it tastes like an old leather belt. It has a very musty taste. It tastes like the air inside of a really, like, dusty attic. There was a time where I thought maybe this would grow on me, but I think in actuality, it's less pleasant every time I try it. I'm not developing a taste for it. I'm developing an allergy against it. Uh, Thank you for the pistachio sparrow and the hydrate Leo. Truffle's just fancy mushroom, and see, the thing is, I like mushrooms quite a bit, but this truffle sauce just. This truffle sauce doesn't do a whole lot for me. Dare I ask what the sun and flower is? Sparrow says that's sunflower seeds. I've got these. They're called solar flare sunflower seeds, and they come in 5 different levels of heat. So they're little packets. I've got them divided across a couple jars. So it's got like I don't know, like a teaspoon of sunflower seeds. Maybe a half a tablespoon of sunflower seeds in the bottom of the jar, and I'm just gonna keep eating them until as they work their way up. The first set here, I've never had any yet, but the first set here is supposed to be really mild. Yeah, level 1 is mild, level 2 is medium, level 3 is critical, level 4 is disaster, and level 5 is global extinction. That is how they classify their heat levels. I mean, those are just hype words, so who knows? Who knows how terrible they'll really be, but that sounds serious. So there's 5 packets. I'm dividing them into 4, each packet into 4. So it'll be 20 different servings. It'll be at least 16 before we get to the hottest level. Global extinction sounds wonderful for the palate, Buddhafinger says. Yeah, after 4XXXX must be strong was underwhelming. I'm not sure I believe it, Cow says. Exactly. I must be super gullible because I'm falling for all of the spicy food hype. I missed a couple facts here from Emerald Courier, so let me catch up. I think this is supposed to be a world record, where it says Ashrita Furman
I assume has the world record for eating the most Jello with chopsticks in a minute. What an unusual record to go for at 16.04 ounces. I think if you were going to compete, you would want to have a pair of I would want to take my chopsticks and kind of rough them up with a Brillo pad before the competition, so they had a lot of texture. Give me some extra grab on that Jello. I think there's a meta game to that record that you can kind of cheat a little bit. World record for eating mayonnaise is held by Russia's Oleg Zorninsky. He ate 4 30-ounce bowls in 8 minutes. I think I would just die. I don't even want to think about that, Buddhafinger says. What possesses people to try these things? I'd rather play Echo the Dolphin again. Bowls of Cool Whip I could get behind, Buddhafinger says. Oh yeah, I could probably eat quadruple that in bowls of Cool Whip. I could probably eat my weight in Cool Whip. And considering how dense and heavy I am, and how light and airy Cool Whip is, that's a lot of Cool Whip. Sure, you own the world record, but at what cost? Alright, we're gonna dive back in here. How do you even get ready for eating mayo? Just squirt your tongue off. Yeah, see, that's the thing, is when I just sitting down at the table with, how many was it? 8 bowls of mayo? Just sitting down at the table with 8 bowls of mayo, I'd probably just shrivel up and turn to dust and blow away. Hello, Nedbug, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. I loved Battletoads. I just recently beat it for the very first time, Battletoads. I've been on a Battletoads adventure since December. I played it for the very first time in December, and I just beat it for the first time last week. We did kind of a victory lap playthrough tonight, I guess you would call it. It was actually a pretty messy playthrough, and I barely finished the game. But I've grown to really like the game. It was super rough. It was super rough learning to beat it. It's very deserving of its reputation. It's a very hard game. But it has grown on me, and I can confidently say I really like Battletoads now. Not retro, but did you play Broforce? I have not. I think I've seen that game though. It's like a 16-bit style indie game.
I think I saw another streamer playing it one night. It's really fun. I do play retro style, like indie type games from time to time. I mean, I do play new games from time to time as well, but it's very rare. Here's one of the real-life ER reports that happened. A man was brought into the ER. He had accidentally swallowed a guitar pick. I could be that man. I could be that man. I have a bad habit of holding my guitar picks with my lips. If someone came in and startled me at the right time, I could easily inhale one, and that might be the end of your good friend Frownie. Oh my goodness, he has never fired at me so many times in a row. Did you see that? Frownie just like stacking the bounty money. That was the that was the hardest I've ever worked for $12 in my life. Do you think we could get you to snort one? I would love to read the headlines about man picks his nose. This character right here. I love that guy. The little guy with the bomb. He's got so much heart. Don't nail guitar picks, please. I certainly don't want to. There's a Burger King and a McDonald's across the street from one another near where I live. It's so annoying. There's a Burger King and a McDonald's across the street from each other near where I live, and they both had help wanted on their signs out in front of the building. But under, or now hiring under their signs, but under their now hiring, Burger King had written, "Why work for a clown when you could work for a king?" And for a while there, I was excited because I was like, oh, are they gonna start a little war? Is McDonald's gonna come back at them? But they didn't, unfortunately. If it was a war, Burger King won very quickly because McDonald's never came up with anything clever to write back. Imagine how demoralizing it must be if you see that sign as you're clocking into your shift at McDonald's. I never really thought about it from that perspective, Buddha Fingers. I guess there's nothing stopping them from going across the street on their lunch break and filling out an application, though, if they want to make the switch. I appreciate the puns, but I wish we would kind of steer away from the topic of church signs. I don't exactly want to. I don't exactly want to open up a door to potential religious conversations in the chat, and I know that's not your goal, but I also just don't want to start up those kind of conversations. I don't think this is the right forum for that. I am getting destroyed. I could be never be someone who did those signs. I'm sure I'd spell something wrong. I was, in middle school, I was the one responsible for changing the letters on the sign out in front of the school. We had one of those. I didn't get to pick what was written on it or anything like that, but whenever they wanted it changed, for whatever reason, I was the one that they would have go out and do it. I guess because I was so tall. I wouldn't have to climb as high up the ladder. And the flag. I had to put the flag out on the flagpole every morning. I had a friend to help with that. There were two of us. We had to raise and lower the flag at the beginning and the end of the day. Mangoes and cashews are both related to poison ivy. I don't know. That's very odd. If you've never seen a cashew like a full cashew out in the wild, like what a cashew fruit looks like, you should Google it because it will blow your mind. Cashews, like cashews when they're like growing on the tree or whatever, they look nothing like what you would expect. They're giant and weird. It's absolutely wild, Cal says. It wasn't even that long ago. It was just a couple months ago that I looked at a cat that I saw like a wild cashew for the first time, and it is bizarre. They kind of look like they kind of look like peppers. Like what? I don't even understand. Is the rest of the cashew like even edible? Like I don't know why we never see that part of the cashew. If it's related to poison ivy, maybe it's not edible. Maybe it's not. I don't think I actually react to poison ivy. I've never had a reaction to it before, and I've been around it. I can't say for sure that I've ever come in, contact with it, so maybe I've just been lucky. But I know I've certainly been around it a lot. Mangoes are really delicious too, but I never buy them because they're so difficult to cut. I watch people, I see like videos on like how to cut a mango and stuff like that. Like I know intellectually, like you're supposed to slice it, like you're supposed to slice down the like width of the seed, and then you can slice the fruit inside the flesh into cubes, and then kind of flip it and cut the cubes out. Like I've seen how people cut them, but I don't know. I can't do it. I always just end up with just shreds of mango. Just the fruit violently harvested in tatters. Perfect for mango smoothies. Man, Contra is great. I remember playing it on a Terminator 2 console, Sega clone. I don't think I've ever heard of this particular clone. Oh my goodness. think it was only for the European and Asian market. This is a really cool game. There are a couple things about it, like there are a couple small things that I really wish they'd done a little differently, because they irritate me sometimes, but overall, like, it's, I really love this type of game, the, like, run and gun type platformer. I love the style of this one. My favorite Contra game, though, is still Super C on the NES. I like the NES Contras the most of the ones I've played so far. Uh, 15,000 workers helped build the Titanic. Their average wage was about $10 per week. I guess I don't really have the context for, you know, that sounds like a pretty rough wage, and it probably was, but, I mean, compared to, like, what other wages were like and what the cost of living was like back then, I don't have the knowledge to really put it in perspective. At least you weren't working for a ticket. At a version of Contra versus Aliens or something like that? I don't know. I know Contra 3 is called, its subtitle is The Alien Wars. That's on the Super Nintendo. What Contra doesn't have aliens? I think it's a prerequisite. That would be Contra Force on the NES. Buddha fingers. I'm pretty sure that one doesn't have aliens. It's also not really a Contra game. I feel vindicated. I still want to play it, though yeah, it's not really a Contra game, and I hear it's terrible. I still want to play Contra Force someday. What? Why am I... I don't know why my character kept turning around. He was afraid of the boss. No! I'm not trying to go that way. I don't know why he turns around so much. Alright, I gotta stop playing with controllers and start playing with a keyboard. Contra Hardcore is gonna turn me into a PC gamer. I can't handle this misbehavior. I don't believe a word of it, Budafinger says. I was actually looking at desktops just out of sort of curiosity, and I was looking on Amazon at desktop PCs, and I don't even know where to begin. Like, I didn't even know what I was looking at anymore. I can't tell how to, like, I don't even know where to begin to think about, like, how to tell what I would possibly need. I feel you. It's overwhelming, Cal says. Yeah, I know. I don't know. Whenever I end up when I have to buy another computer again, I don't know how I'm gonna figure it out. I tap in Sparrow. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to beg someone for advice. I mean, I'm not in the market. But someday I expect I will be. I'm definitely gonna need some help. Watching you play this game scares me. I dread the day I end up playing this. This looks scarier than Battletoads. Say it ain't so, Chozo Brain. When I was forced to get a new computer, I just got the fanciest PC Costco was selling at the time. I imagine that's what I'll do. I'll go to Best Buy, and I'll tell them, give me your second cheapest desktop computer. That's my go-to move. When I don't know what I'm buying, I always buy the second cheapest. Like if I'm in a situation where I've got to buy a bottle of wine to take to some like social event, I go to the store and I'll look for the second cheapest bottle of wine I can find. So I didn't bring the worst thing in the store. All of my cables and capture equipment for the stream, they're all the second cheapest thing I saw on Amazon. Everything was actually going pretty well, but that phase of that boss, I don't know what to do. And like right there, I'd love to collect those weapons, but you can't do it when this stuff is running around. Ugh. Like those extra weapons would be tremendously useful, but they're terrible against those particular enemies. And when you collect them, it switches you to them. It's so overwhelmingly irritating. I'm not gonna live. Oh. Maximum frustration. This game is maximally frustrating. Gotta head up to bed, Buddha Fingers says. Good night, all. Good night, Buddha Fingers. Thank you for being here again. Thank you again for the reward for beating Battletoads. I certainly appreciate that. Very kind of you. I hope that you have a great, I hope that you sleep well, and have a great tomorrow, my friend. Hopefully I can stand still for a moment. I'm going to mess with the audio for just a moment. Actually, let me see if that... Yeah, that fixed it. Cool. It's such an easy fix. My audio had desynced a little bit. And I actually never tried what I just tried to fix it, and I'm shocked at how well it worked. All I had to do was hide and unhide the source. It's such a simple and obvious solution, and it's never occurred to me before. Be careful. This first guy is always lower than I always think he is. That climb went really smoothly. I hope I have a continue left. I think I don't. I was even avoiding the lightning. I was avoiding the lightning. I still managed to end up dying because I'm such a bad Contra player. Jupiter has 63 moons. They're just one away from that iconic 64 that we all love. They were so close. That was, speaking of being so close, that was my last continue. Boy, what a rough time. Hey, Angelus, welcome in. Thank you for the raid, my friend, and welcome to your friends. Hey, Vance Velez, welcome in. Thank you for coming along with the raid. How are things tonight, my friends? How did Circle of the Moon treat you, Angelus? We did a casual run through Battletoads at the start of the stream since I'm a Battletoads expert now. We just did a casual playthrough of that, and I've been doing Contra ever since. And I'm making it up to what has to be the final boss. But oh, I just can't beat it. It's monstrous. Vance says, I got a new PB and Ninja Ryukinden? What, I don't know that game. Is that like a Ninja Gaiden spin-off ROM hack game? GG on the PB. So you still got to go for that. Are you going for Deathless? Boss killed me a few times, Angela says. But then I beat what is supposed to be one of the toughest bosses in the game, which I at first thought didn't get me anything, but it turns out broke a bunch of metal statues, which means I can access new areas, one of which I'll explore next Wednesday. Right on. I really don't remember. I don't remember what any of the bosses in that game were like. It's the PC Engine version of Ninja Gaiden 1. Oh. So the PC Engine is a 16-bit game, is a 16-bit system, right? So is that? I know that there's a version of the Ninja Gaiden games on the Super Nintendo. I don't know if that would be similar to the PC Engine version or not, though. I really only know the NES version of Ninja Gaiden. I know of the Super Nintendo version, but I know nothing about it. I'm used to talking spoiler-free. For example, I heard the core were hard in this game, as opposed to Contra Rogue Core, where they are rogue. X-Lax was originally called Bobos. I'm guessing that's possessive. Like, I'm guessing that it was named for the creator, who was named Bo. I'm probably terribly wrong. I haven't fought Death yet, which I know will make me angry, as most death bosses in Castlevania do, except for the one in Symphony of the Night, which I just used a screen wipe to quickly kill him, Angela says. It's different from the SNES and the NES versions. I picked a bad time to look away, huh? I have never ducked under that bullet before, and I can't believe it's taken me so long to figure out that that's the best way to avoid it. It's different from the SNES and NES versions enough that it's best to treat it as its own ninja game. Well, that's cool. That's good at least to know that there'll be another Ninja Gaiden waiting for me one day. Hey, welcome in Narblast. It's almost a double raid. Welcome in. How did your stream go, my friend? Welcome to your friends. Welcome in again, Zephyr. Arbitrary what? We're finally at the point where I can do all 8 games for the race. Oh, nice. I know you mentioned, I know you mentioned the race before, but I don't think I know. What are the 8 games, if I could ask? Ghouls and Ghosts, Mercs, ton of good games. Double Dragon, Rastin, Mercs, Asterix, Rampage, Tasmania, Bonanza Bros, and Ghouls and Ghosts. Tasmania? There's a Tasmania game on that list? I can't believe that. I just played through so many Tasmania games in January. I've played like 7 Tasmanian Devil games. I think 3 of them were titled Tasmania. 4 of them were called Tasmania. But I didn't play that one. The Master System version is not great. I mean, I played them because they were garbage. Or because I expected them to be garbage, and I wasn't really wrong. Ghouls and Ghosts is a great one though. I don't know a lot of the things on that list though. Yeah, I remember us talking because I don't really know the Master System. But I'm glad to hear that you're getting a handle on them. And I certainly wish you the best of luck with the race. Probably Tasmania on the Genesis was probably the best of the Tasmanian Devil games I played. The Super NES one was interesting, The Super NES one is really interesting, but it is very jank and super difficult. It's actually the only one I was unable to complete so far. I wasn't able to... I gave it like 5 or 6 tries, so I wasn't able to make it to credits in that one yet. Yeah. The other ones... The Game Boy ones were subpar. Taz Escape from Mars is very similar to the first game, but worse. And Taz Munching Madness was an endless catastrophe. You won the Master System race last year, so you're defending a title. You're technically defending champ, but you've been on a losing streak coming into this one? I see. Well, hopefully that's just, hopefully that's all going to change. Genesis version is funny. If you jump on the first possible frame, Taz will warp to a random spot in the stage depending on where his sprite was when he finished the previous stage. I heard something about that. I heard that you can warp to the end if you time it right. But I don't think I would ever figure that out. If you ever get the chance, I would love to hear your thoughts about Earthworm Jim versus Earthworm Jim 2, Vance Velez says. Well, see, I've only played through Earthworm Jim 1 so far, Vance. I haven't played 2 yet. Earthworm Jim 1, I am not a big fan of. It's a game that I want to like, but it has so many horrifically terrible levels in it. Oh, the submarine maze, the bungee jumping, the dog escort, the final stage with all the spikes and bees and swinging on those hooks. Oh, it's a nightmare. Earthworm Jim is a nightmare. And I hate that powered up gun, that like super blast that you get, that you can't toggle away from, so so whenever you collect it, it's gonna be the next thing you fire no matter what. It gets me into so much trouble, because I forget I'm carrying one of those, and then I get attacked by an enemy that it doesn't one-hit KO, or I get attacked by enemies from both sides of the screen, and I press the button down, and like it fires that, but I'm holding the button expecting it to do the normal shot, and then I'm locked in place not doing anything. Ooh. Ooh, weapon upgrades that get me into trouble. They're the worst. That's one of my big complaints of this game, is collecting extra weapons. The item drops mostly get me killed. The item drops are more like booby traps, because they switch me to some useless weapon when I'm surrounded by enemies. And that's not a good scenario at all. You can position Taz on the previous stage to basically set Taz's warp destination to the end of the next stage. I was told that Tasmania on the Genesis was really terrible, so I had really low expectations going into it, but I don't know. Compared to all the other Taz games I played, it was the best. It's probably even better if you warp all the way through it and don't play most of the game. It's probably even better. Did you get some kind of gaudy belt for winning last year? No, I wish, Narcissus. That's what you need. That's what your race needs, is big fancy championship belts. All the more reason to try the second one. I mean, it's definitely on my to-do list. I have a copy of the second one. I don't remember if I have it on the SNES or the Genesis, but I know I've got it already. Because I know I have Earthworm Jim 2 and Earthworm Jim 3D to play yet. I'm still working on Earthworm Jim on Game Boy, though. That's why I haven't gotten around to Earthworm Jim 2 yet. I haven't finished Earthworm Jim on the Game Boy. The fire is just such a great weapon. That's terrible. It's gonna make me lose my fire. I need an Earthworm Jim and my Fang Run. I have all the groovy I'm gonna need for a while. Someone told me that between the character choice I'd made and the branching path decisions that I'm sticking to, that I've kind of decided to play the game on hard mode right out of the gate. So I'm kind of hoping that that turns out to be true. Fang has some good weapons, though, so... I mean, he's got some terrible weapons, but he's got the fire and the spread gun, so how bad could he be? I'm not actually looking for feedback, I'm just thinking out loud. I was just talking about how good Fang's weapons are, and I died twice and lost both of them. Before I could even, like, finish the sentence. I may be the worst person to ever play this game. I think this is probably going to be our last attempt for the night, my friends. So, fingers crossed it turns into a good one. But, I am kind of fading, energy-wise. No. I slept kind of poorly yesterday. I was stressing. I was stressing over how I was going to fix my computer. It made it not very easy to sleep. And look at this character, isn't it weird? His right hand turns green when he's climbing. It's not green there, but it's green there. Very odd. It's so weird that his hand turns green because it's so green. No. I got myself killed. Thank goodness, we cleared the level at least. While I remain unable to beat this game, you know, properly so far, to sort of clear the credits along this story branch, I found a secret ending. I found a hidden guy who takes you to a weird boss rush that takes you that if you beat it, you get an ending where you go back in time. It was very odd. There was no way I was going to slide through all of those orbs. Excuse me. Goodness. That's my third favorite character in the game. The guy who gives you the power-ups. If I were positioned just slightly differently, we wouldn't be repeating all this. I really resent when they can trap you like that. That first enemy and this one coming up here, like, it's virtually guaranteed that they're gonna work you into a situation at some point where you just have no choice but to take damage. Welcome in, Lordus Hack. Pleasure to have you with us. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. I'm aware I can slide through some things, but please respect our no backseating policy. One of our tags is also English. I need you to stick to the only language I speak. If you want to chat in this chat, you need to chat in the language I can communicate in, please. That's the only one I've got. Thank you. I wish I were more educated. But alas. Hey, we made it through. Fingers crossed. I don't have a lot of lives, so. It's not looking great, but if I can make it to the checkpoint, then we'll be okay. Well, I mean, we'll have a chance. That boss is so colorful. No. Just nice and slow. I could aim all around and, you know, take this guy out faster, but no need to rush. Don't take risks. Nice and slow. Slow and safe. Hey, Absolute Aaron, welcome in. Welcome to Contra Hardcore. Oh, no extra life. I don't know how to avoid losing a life there. No! I shouldn't have tried sliding, maybe. I should have just stayed between the eyeballs. Alright, we have a few more tries. Wish they made an SNES version for this game. Yeah, I would like to be able to play this with a Super NES controller for sure. I've got to be headed off to bed, Cow says. Best of luck. Good night, Cows. Thank you for being here. It's good to have you. Good to have you back. I'm glad that your trip went safely, and hopefully you have a great night. And we'll see you tomorrow. Plan for tomorrow is 50 video games included. We might start off with something else. I might play an NES game at the start of the stream, and then hopefully we'll have more. Hopefully 50 video games included will offer us something more exciting than Battleship. Nice first stream. See ya all. Sweesh, thank you for being here. Thank you again for the follow. Have a great rest of your day, my friend. And hopefully I'll get to see you again real soon. Be well until then. Makes me wonder how it'd turn out. Yeah, because part of my problem with this game that an SNES controller would solve is it's the controls. With only the 3 buttons, some of the control choices are real clunky. So like if I had more buttons, it would be real nice to like have a dedicated button for the bomb and use a shoulder button for the lock-on aiming instead of the weird like button combination situation that you have here where you have to tap 2 buttons at once to toggle it. It would just it'd really improve my moment-to-moment quality of life to have the extra buttons. But I mean, you know, the Genesis came out first, so you can't really blame it for not having features the Super Nintendo had. The Super Nintendo had the advantage of coming out second. So I try not to be too down on it, but boy, a Super Nintendo controller would be nice. Boss kind of reminds me of Mother Brain. Looks like Mother Brain from the old Captain N cartoon. I don't know, something about the face at the start. Nice. That's the first time I've managed to get through the phase 1 without taking a hit. No! And then I immediately took a hit in phase 2. I am trash. I followed up my best phase 1 with a terrible phase 2. I got hit twice. Oh. I shouldn't be allowed to play video games. I'm no good at them. What's phase 3 like? Oh, thank goodness there's no phase 3. Or is there? The music was weird. Oh, is this the ending? It looks like I lost this time, but I will be back. Oh, this looks like an ending. Next time we meet, the outcome will be far different. Ha ha. Ha? I'll take you on any time. Credits. We made it to credits. Oh, thank goodness. Oh. I've been working at this game for a while. I know I still have more, more stuff to do in this game. I've got more characters to explore, more story paths to explore. I'm nowhere near done. Not even close. I'm not even in the same county as done. But this feels really good. To complete a storyline with a character. Oh, thank goodness. What a rough game. This game is hard. This game is hard. I mean, it's not as hard as Battletoads, but it's tough. It's tough. This is the Contra game that has taken me the most effort to beat. Like, I've done Contra 1, Super C, Operation C, C the Contra Adventure, Contra 3. This one was the hardest of all of those so far. But we made it through, my friends. All right, my friends, and with that, I think we're actually gonna wrap up for the night. It's been a good night. We'll be ending a little bit earlier than usual, but like I was saying a little while ago, I'm kind of fading quickly here. I'm running a bit low on energy, so I think it'd probably be a good idea to raid out. I'm sorry to those of you who kind of just showed up here at the end. I hate to run off when people have kind of just come into the stream. I always feel really rude about that, but I am somewhat abnormally low on energy, so we'll find somebody to drop in on. There's a couple really good options available to us. But I think I know where we'll head. I'm going to send us in the direction of Kyle TX500. Kyle's a really super nice guy, and he's got a really good stream. He's playing Pizza Tower right now, which is actually something I'd like to play, so I probably don't want it spoiled too badly, but it's also something I don't expect I'm going to be able to play for a really long time, unless they release it on the Switch or something like that. I'm probably not going to get around to it, so it's probably not that dangerous for me. Kyle does a lot of one of the big things he does is variety nights. He's usually has like Game Boy Advance or PlayStation 1. I see him do nights where he shuffles through a whole bunch of games and goes exploring, and that's always a really good time. You find all kinds of interesting stuff. But tonight he's playing that Pizza Tower game, and I haven't actually seen anything from it other than hearing it's good, so we can see what that's all about. Thank you very much for being here, my friends. It's been wonderful to have you. Thank you to all the new followers. We had one just about 2 minutes ago. Thank you for following my new friend. Appreciate having you here, and thank you for coming on board with us. All of the raids that came in, thank you very much for that. And yeah, we're going to take off. I should be back around tomorrow night around 11 p.m. Central Time. We're going to play something on NES and a plug and play called 50 Video Games Included. Should be fun. But we're all out of stream for tonight, my friends. Let's head out. Let's go on an adventure.